there, and welcome back to a new video. I know it's been a long time, I'm sorry, it's been like a month and a half or almost 2 months since I haven't posted anything on YouTube, and I was trying to be more responsible of my schedule on YouTube, and I failed completely back then because I was on my finals on university. But right now I'm on vacation, so I'm gonna try to keep on schedule. The new schedule is, if you haven't seen the previous videos, is gonna be every couple of weeks on Fridays. You can stay tuned for that because I'm hoping to keep it up, and I have a couple of videos on store. So yeah, that's it for one part. And then also, if you want to see updates, I usually regularly update my art Instagram that I will be linking down below, and my blog is regularly updated too every couple of weeks, alternate with YouTube, so you can check that out down in the description below too. In this video you're going to be seeing first a little clip of a video of the Wacom tablet, the new Wacom Cintiq 16. I haven't uploaded a proper unboxing or a video showing it because I find that there's a lot of videos out there showing it and they're better quality that I would probably be able to record. So I think that if you want to see how it is, actually just check out one of those videos. I'm going to be focusing more on talking about the pros and cons that I found before and after buying it. And for the rest of the video you're going to be seeing me actually using it. It's a recording of the screen, but know that I'm using the Wacom Cintiq. Previously I had a Wacom Intuos, so no screen there. Then here I am actually drawing on the Wacom Cintiq on the screen. What you're gonna be seeing me drawing, I'm doing a little assignment for a schoolism class I'm taking. Schoolism is a artist learning platform. It is really good. It's kind of like a little university of sorts. It's right now on sale. It's like $100 off right now, and it ends on July 3rd. So if you're interested, I will be linking a little article I wrote on my blog last week about it. If you want to check it out, and if you want to check Schoolism, I will be linking it down. Well, let's talk about the Wacom tablet. A couple of months ago I was thinking about getting a tablet, and I've had for years the Wacom Intuos for like 4 or 5 years, I can't really recall, but I've had it like forever and it works perfectly fine. But I wanted to have a tablet with a screen. I think most of us artists want to try at least for once and see if it works for us to draw on a screen. And once you get used to not drawing on a screen, it's kind of easy. I really wanted to make a change to a screen tablet, but honestly Wacom, it's so expensive. I know it's very worth it once you have one because it can last for years and years, but it just seems too out of budget for me. I'm just a student. I was thinking because in the market there was those Heyy tablets and some others that I can't recall right now, and they were kind of on brand at the moment. All of YouTubers, artists and such were doing reviews on them, and they were saying that they were fine and all of that. So that picked out my curiosity, and I decided to find out if that was worth it. I was looking out for them, but none of them really convinced me. And then I found out that Wacom had just launched a new, cheaper version of a Wacom Cintiq. And this new version is the Wacom Cintiq 16, and it's the cheapest one they have in the market right now, and it's supposed to be budget friendly for students and people that are beginning. I believe that is also because they wanted to compete with these brands that are kind of in the market right now and getting their brand as really good if you want to start out. So probably that's one of the reasons. Also, I've heard that they've been wanting to do something like this because it helps them get on a bit of a new market of those people who want to buy a Wacom Cintiq but they can't. When I was doing my research, I wasn't completely convinced with the Heyy's or all of those, because I kept hearing things like the support service is not that good as Wacom, and the pressure sensitivity is not that good, or they used to have a lot of problems installing it and with the drivers and with compatibility with the computer and everything. And also when you compare them with the real Cintiqs, they had a lot of things that were much lower and much slower. Also, some of these tablets have a thing called input lag or parallax, which means that when you trace a line, it usually goes after, sometimes much after you trace it, which is kind of annoying if you're trying to draw. And usually Wacoms don't have that. So there was a lot of things that weren't completely convincing me, and besides I was thinking of spending more or less the price that has the Wacom right now, which is around, mine costed 530 euros, which is around $600 I believe. And actually there's some of the Heyy tablets that cost something like that, and they're supposed to be like a high quality. But I've saw reviews and still talked that Wacom was best. So I decided to go for this one, and you can see reviews on that if you haven't seen them. But yeah, I wanted to talk also to what I've seen with this. Let's just start with the con. The worst con I've seen till now is that you mandatorily have to buy the stand. And honestly, the stand is quite expensive. It's cheaper than the stands for the other Cintiqs, but it's quite expensive for what it actually is. It's around 80 euros or something like that, which will be around $90. And I believe that's really expensive compared to the price of the tablet. But the tablet per se only allows you to have a 20-degree angle to draw, which is really low. And usually these tablets are put on a much higher position so you can draw properly and not have to damage your back. Actually, I feel like the stand is mandatory. I've heard of people that bought it without the stand and later they just went up and bought the stand. So that's my con, that you mandatorily have to spend almost another 100 dollars to have a proper thing to place it in. And then as the pros, I found that it's really comfortable to work with. I haven't found anything wrong with it for now. The drivers are really easy to install, the configuration of the tablet too. The pressure sensitivity levels are really good, and compared to the Intuos, which I really loved, it was really good too. I mean, you can see when you trace the pencil, it's really soft and it really allows you to control the pressure very well. Also the pen, I believe the pen is a new model, it's called the Pro Pen 2, and it's supposed to be much thinner than the other Cintiqs had, which means it's usually much more comfortable to have. Besides, I actually heard complaints about that the pen for the Cintiq was really uncomfortable, and this one is really comfortable. I've used it for the last month or so and I'm really happy with it. Also, the screen I believe is also new. It has like a bit of matte texture. It's kind of like hoping that it will remind you to draw on paper. And besides that, I really like the size. It's kind of like a normal size laptop screen, but with the borders also. And I find it really practical. It's not like huge, but I believe it's like the right size in between. Also, it comes with 3 nibs for the pen, which is good because I find out that you don't run through them that quickly, so that will last you for a long time probably. That's basically it. I mean, the tablet runs very smoothly, and of course this also depends on the computer you plug it into, but I've plugged it both to my laptop and my computer, which is much more powerful than my laptop, and it works really great on both. It works really great with Photoshop. I've tried it, and honestly I don't have any complaints for now. I think it's worth the investment, and probably for what I've heard is more worth it than another brand tablet of the same price range. Mainly because, you know, Wacom is really well known. It's known to have a really good support service, and they wouldn't want to afford to lower their reputation. I will really recommend it for anyone that has the budget for it. I mean, like a medium budget, because if not, just go for an Intuos or something like that. But if you have the budget, I will highly recommend it because it makes a difference drawing on this one than drawing on an Intuos or non-screen tablet. And it's really great to work with. And also I forgot to tell that the screen doesn't warm up, so it's really comfortable to draw on it, but it's recommended for you to have a tablet glove so you don't get it all smudged up. Also, the tablet, screen tablet, is not shiny, it's kind of matte. You don't really get it that dirty, so that's a pro too. The look of it, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but it really looks great. It looks so luxurious, and that's probably because it's a Wacom and everything looks great for them, but looks really luxurious and the materials seem good. Which is something I've heard too for the other tablets, that they look kind of cheap, maybe. Most of these things I'm telling, I've heard in tons of reviews. I really haven't been able to compare them personally, so take this with a grain of salt, of course. But yeah, that was all. I hope this kind of helped if you're thinking about having it. I'm gonna be posting a lot of videos in the future about, well, me drawing it, and probably you will see me using it. And if I find something else I want to add, I will do it. In the post I will be writing for my blog, which will contain the information I have in this video, and if I remember something else, I'll probably add it there. So if you want to have kind of an updated post, I'll have one in my blog next week, which I'll link in the description below as soon as I post it. But if you're seeing this on the day I posted or something, it will not be updated. That was all. I hope you liked it. If you took something out of it and you liked my opinions, make sure to give it a like. If you have any questions about the Wacom or my previous Wacom intros, if you're thinking about getting one, feel free to leave a comment and I'll be glad to answer any of your questions. Thank you and bye!